There's this huge white canvas that's sitting there. It's untouched, never started. And I remember asking him, like, what are you gonna do with this? What's going on? And he's just like, I don't know. Apparently from that point, he hadn't painted since college. About 4 or 5 years later, we're now living in California and that canvas had not been touched. All of a sudden, he got this inspiration about the elephant in the room. What is it that we tend to overlook as human beings that, what's that elephant in the room that we tend to not want to talk about? And he got inspired by that and he painted this beautiful, beautiful elephant. The concept behind that elephant in the room, he's like, what is the elephant in the room in Santa Ana that people are not addressing? And it was the homeless community.
I think about everybody else that I meet on a daily basis, whether at my job or church or friends, and none of us really carry our stories on our face like you do when you're homeless. My name's Brian Peterson, and I'm an artist living in Santa Ana and the artist behind Faces of Santa Ana. I walk the streets and meet incredible people, incredible homeless men and women. I paint their portraits. I then sell their portraits and use the money to help them in what I'd like to call a love account. And in this love account, I can basically help them from anything from food to medical needs, walkers, whatever it may be. Yeah. People that have homes, we have the means to cover it up. We have the means to shower, we have the means to get haircuts, we have the means of friends and support systems and family. And oftentimes what I find is that the people that are on the streets, they don't have those things. They don't have anybody that loves them or that can help them. And as a result, it just radiates everything that's happened in their life onto their face and their body. The start of the painting is actually when I meet them. And that's because that's everything that I'm trying to capture. After they agreed to be in the painting, I photograph them and always, every single time, print it out black and white. Because I do feel like it's my job, or it's my calling as an artist to assign the colors to match their personality. Daryl has always been seen sitting on the bus stop with this bicycle helmet on, and he doesn't have a bicycle. So why is this guy wearing a helmet without a bike? And before I got to know him, I thought maybe he'd have a mental disorder or he may be a little strange. And then the first time I talked to him, one of the first things he told me is that he's really susceptible to seizures. He wears that helmet so that when he has seizures, he protects his head because he's often grounded, by his medical condition. His medical condition is out in the open. He wears it on his head, literally. He loves sitting on the bench in front of CVS and watching cars go by. And he loves cars that have, custom wheels or custom rims, and he'll give them a thumbs up. And we just had a lot in common because I'm a car designer and he loves cars. It seems like every other week he's in the hospital. And it really scares me now because I haven't seen him. It's one of two things, either I'm hoping that he found shelter, or the other option is maybe he didn't make it towards his last, past his last seizure.
I've been telling him, I'm like, I don't recall you ever painting like this. I'm like, you never had these techniques before, and there wasn't this vision before. He was a great artist, don't get me wrong, but nothing compared to what he's doing now.
I think about my mom a lot, and I think about the times that she did struggle, and sometimes I actually think, wow, this could have been us. We were close to that, and a lot of these, men and women out here do come from broken homes as well, and it could have been any of us out there. What's up, guys? What's up, Jimmy? James? John? Hey. How you guys doing? A lot of the men and women out here on the streets, they stick really closely to maybe one person because they can trust that person and they know they won't steal from them. And now I've connected two people that weren't trusting of one another at all. And now they're kind of friends, and now they can talk about the project and their paintings. And that just brings me incredible just gratitude that art can do that.
What I'm out here for. They'll come by and talk to us, how's it going, what can we do, and this and that. And you tell them, you never see him again. Yeah. First time I talk to you, I can't get rid of this guy.
We've all developed this relationship, and I've developed a relationship with all the other people involved in the portrait series. And you know, they've opened up their hearts to us, and we've opened up our hearts to them, and they've almost become like these group of friends and family that we never thought we would ever have.
I struggled with the disappointment for a while, and most recently actually, a buddy, John, one of my last paintings, and he made a commitment. I want to get on the streets and help you, is what he told me. He's like, I want to do what you're doing. And then when Monday morning came and I was supposed to pick him up, he didn't want to go. And I was so disappointed. Like, I was so hurt. John didn't want to go to rehab because he's out there on the streets with his friend James, and James has this dog, Charlie. And John is kind of James's right-hand man. John is healthy, James is not. You know, John helps him do all his errands, John helps him take care of the dog, and he doesn't want to abandon his friend. And his friend doesn't want to go, so what I find is like these guys sacrifice everything from one another sometimes, you know, and he doesn't want to get himself help because he knows he'll be leaving his buddy on the streets. So I think he's just like, I'm out here for the long haul. I'm out here until I know he's either taken care of or he moves on, but I'm out here with him and his dog. That stuck with me and helped me realize that my job is not to try to fix them. My job out here, my morals, or why I'm out here is just to love them. And if you're just out there to love them, there's no way they can possibly disappoint you. I think they see love as something when they find it, now given their current circumstances, they hold on as tight as they can. They hold on and don't let go, because up until that point, it's left them. I think families give up because I think they give the most, and they try the hardest. And I think what often happens is they're just heartbroken. You know, you try and you try and you try and you try for someone for so long, and it breaks your heart if there's no change. There's certain situations in my own family. Actually, I have an uncle right now who's actually living on the streets in Miami. And we talk about how much we love him all the time. And how much can you keep doing for someone that doesn't change? I truly believe that like water, food, and shelter are human necessities, but I also think that more important than that is love. And I think love should be at the top of that list. So oftentimes these people don't have love anymore in their life. And without that, you're kind of already dead. One guy said, I think this is how my sister sees me. My sister sees me like this, but I see myself as not nowhere near as bright as this. And that's all through art, because he would have never said that if I took a picture of him, you know? He would have seen himself exactly how he is. How are you? How's my two favorite people? Yeah? I've seen the project kind of change people in the sense that I'm now able to, I bring the paintings out to them. People crowd around on the streets when we're in the streets, when they're signing the piece. And everyone's asking them questions, and they're humanized. You know, I think that's what it's about. That's what's so cool about it. They're for that moment, they're human again.
God, look at you, Azio. Oh my God, thank you. You're Father God, look at you, River.
You know, you can purchase art for so many reasons. You can purchase art as an investment. You can purchase art because it makes your living room pretty. You know, you can purchase art because it really touched you. But I really feel like they're purchasing, or they're investing in a life. They're investing in something that's living and breathing and hoping and looking for love and looking for change. And And the purchase of that piece provides all those things. What I never want to do is come off as an opportunistic artist in Santa Ana that wants to make a name for himself. That's not why I'm out here. A stranger has entered their life trying to help, doing things that only your family would have ever done. I think there's power in that, because from what I'm finding is that they almost feel a little bit of sense of obligation, just, I don't know, to not give up, to keep fighting.
That lady was saying I had such a sweet face.
See, I got the best reaction of her than I did anybody else.
You can help anybody by just giving your time, your talent, and your treasures. You know, it's all given to us by God, and it was all meant to be given back to people, you know, and that's where the greatest sacrificial love comes, is when you use what you were given to inspire and help other people. And that would be my prayer for this entire movement.
Painting these portraits of these people, it's just opening my eyes, my heart, and my mind to just what it really means to be human and to love people. It's making it all real.